Hi, I'm Maggie. Thank you for stopping by Crafts the Charm today. I'm so glad you're here. What you're looking at right now is some older footage of me making an outdoor wall hanging from old fence pieces. I'll include a link right here to that video. What I have here is a pride cape from the Dollar Tree, and I got that a couple of years ago. I think I was using it as a wall hanging. But what I'd like to have is a wired ribbon. So I'm going to turn this cape into a wired ribbon to start. And I want the ribbon to alternate colors through the rainbow. So I'm going to cut it in 4-inch strips, but the short way so that I have each color of the rainbow in each of the strips. Now, once I have all those strips cut, I'm going to sew them together end to end so that I have a continuous rainbow. So just go along, sew a little short seam, put them right sides together, or there really isn't a right side, but be consistent so that my seams are all on the same side. And I'll end up with one long rainbow strip. To make this a wired ribbon, what I'm going to do is take some florist wire. And what I have here is some black florist wire from the Dollar Tree. I feel like it's maybe 26 gauge. It's a very, very fine wire. And what I'm going to do is sew a hem down on each side of my long rainbow strip with the florist wire inside that hem. And I've pre-folded my edges, but you can see I'm just feeding that wire in to that folded over area as I go. Now my fence piece star is painted white at the moment, sort of a rustic white. I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to put the ribbon in the middle. I'm just going to make a big bow with it. So what I'm going to do is wrap it around itself. And I'm going to make that wide enough so that it covers up the center of my snowflake star, whatever this is. And I'm going to cinch that in the middle with some florist wire, long enough that I can bring it around the back of my fence piece and tie it up in the back. And then I'm just going to pull out all of those folded pieces and fluff it up to get a nice bow in the middle. And what I'm going to put on each point of my star snowflake fence piece thing are these ombre rainbow hearts that I painted. I painted these a few years ago. I'll find the footage and put it in here. And I just painted them so that the colors would run together. And I also have 2 holes drilled in them. So previously I had attached these to a bunting. But what I'm going to do now is just feed a little bit of that florist wire through the holes and wrap it around each of the ends of these fence pieces. Now for my second craft, last fall, I made this lanyard for work, and I made it out of ribbons, and my goal with this lanyard was to show people that I support them before I even start talking to them. So it has a Black Lives Matter logo on it, it has my version of a neurodiversity logo on it, and it also has a pride flag ribbon component. But it's made of ribbon, and that was not a good idea because it is falling apart. And I was at this outdoor marketplace looking at dog collars, and I saw that they make them out of webbing and they sew ribbon to it. Ah, the light bulb went off. I'm going to remake my lanyard with webbing and sew the ribbons to the webbing, and I think that's going to work much better. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to take this apart in a way that allows me to reuse the ribbon because I used my Cricut to put the Black Lives Matter logo on the ribbon pieces and the infinity symbol on the neurodiversity piece of ribbon, and I'd rather not do that over. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take it all apart. And here's my haul of pieces. And I bought this webbing at Amazon. It's hard when you're buying things at Amazon. I'm so sad about Joann's because you can't see the product. So if you don't know what you're getting, it's not always exactly what you want. So this is a little bit lighter weight than I might have chosen. But it's really sturdy. I can tell you the final product is really sturdy. So it worked out fine, and it was inexpensive. I think it was a little under $5 for this roll. So what I'm going to do first is try to gently iron these ribbons. I have to be really careful with the parts that have the vinyl on them. So I'm going to use some parchment, but I also am just going to try to be very gentle with the ironing. Now, what I'm going to do, I decided I'm not going to sew the ribbons to the webbing because I decided it's just going to be too hard for me to get everything to line up if I stitch it first. So I'm going to try to use Wonder Under, which is a fusible interfacing double-sided, to attach the ribbons to the webbing. So I'm just going to put the webbing onto the different lanyard pieces and sew it up first. And I think the first lanyard, the original one, was 15 inches long, and then there was another 3-inch long piece between the two bottom pieces. That's a little long for me. I am a small person. So I'm going to go for more like 13 inches for the lanyard pieces, and then just, I don't know, somewhere between 1 and 2 and 3, somewhere in there, around 2 inches, let's say, for the bottom piece. And something I noticed watching my original video is that the way the webbing goes in the original video, it attaches to the piece at the top that's going to clip in the back. Then it goes down through the buckle and then just comes back up, but it's sewn together down near the buckle. So I'm going to be doing that as well. So after I've got it measured and clipped, I'm going to use a heavy-duty black thread, and I'm also going to use a zipper foot just so I can get close to these plastic pieces if I need to. And I've got about 1 inch of a tail at each of the top pieces. I'm just going to sew close to the end of the tail to sew the 2 top pieces on. And then I'm going to sew maybe about 1 inch above the piece at the bottom where that V is. And then I'm just going to wrap that bottom piece around and sew it between the 2 plastic pieces at the bottom. Now, with the Wonder Under, what I'm going to do is use that to sort of hem each of the ends of the ribbons, or I thought I would. So I cut little 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch pieces, ironed them to the ends of one of my Black Lives Matter ribbons, and folded it over and ironed it. And when I did that, I ended up messing up the vinyl on one of the pieces. So I was just much more careful with the other. I did do the same thing. I did like a little 1/2 inch hem on each end of the ribbon, but it went very light with the iron. And then I measured out a 3/4 inch strip because that's the width of the ribbon, ironed that to the back of the Black Lives Matter ribbon, and then ironed it to one of the sides of the webbing. And again, I used a very light iron, so I am going to have to sew that down because I don't want to ruin the vinyl. I decided that I would just put the other 2 pieces on the other side, so I trimmed them down and completely forgot I had vinyl on my infinity symbol, my neurodivergence ribbon. So I had to peel that off because I ruined that vinyl. But at least then I could use as much heat as I needed to fuse those ribbon pieces to the webbing. So with the other side, with the Black Lives Matter ribbon, I just ended up stitching around the ribbon very close to the edge with my black thread to hold it down permanently. Now, when I did that, it did bunch up a little bit, or it kind of curved. So it's not quite as straight as it was before I stitched it, but I'm still so pleased with the outcome because it's so much sturdier than it was before. And sewing it together at that V above the top plastic piece makes a big difference in the lanyard not slipping through that piece all the time, which happened to me a lot this year. Now, this last project might be my favorite. So I have a wreath that I put out for Pride, and I'll show you that wreath at the end of this one because I'm going to incorporate this one into that wreath. What I have here is a very small wreath form from the Dollar Tree. I want to say it's somewhere between 6 and 8 inches. It's very tiny. And what I'm going to do is wrap some of the white nautical rope, also from the Dollar Tree, around this. Now, I don't know what's available right now at the Dollar Tree. In the past, they've had 2 different sizes of white nautical rope. This one is the size that comes in 11-foot lengths. It's the smaller size. The other one, I think, comes in 9-foot lengths. So I want to use the smaller one to wrap around this wreath form. And I have a piece here which I might have used for something else at one point. It's a little bit messy on one end, so I'm just going to try to twist it at the end. And then leaving a little tail on the back. The process of wrapping a wreath form with rope could not be simpler. Just go over one piece. For these little ones, there's only 3 pieces, so under the middle piece and then over, say, the inside piece, and then under that piece, over the middle piece, under the next piece, and you just keep repeating over, under, over, under. What I'm doing with the little tails that are on the back is I'm just going to use some white string threaded onto a yarn needle and tie it very tightly around that piece, tying that piece to one of the pieces that's wrapped around the wreath form. And I'm using a square knot, right over left, then left over right. So it's just going to hold that piece on the back where you can't see it. And I'm using 2 pieces of the rope from the Dollar Tree for this, so 22 feet of the rope, and I'm just going to try to use up most of it, just leaving myself a little bit at the end so I can make a loop at the top. And again, I'll just use some string to tie that rope to itself to make a loop for hanging. Now, what I have here is some gel food coloring, and I'm going to mix that up with some water. I'm going to mix up 6 colors, the 6 colors that I'm going to use on this rainbow: yellow, orange, red, some kind of purple, blue, and green. And I use just a little bit of water and 3 drops of food coloring per color. Now, I counted up the number of wraps on my wreath. I had 33, which meant I could do alternating 5 of one color, then 6, then 5, then 6, and that was going to work out because 30 divided by 6 is 5, and then I would have 3 left over, so I gave those to every other color. So I'm just using a paintbrush, and I'm just painting that food coloring onto the wreath. And I'm really loving this sort of beachy, washed out color, but of course you could do this in a much more saturated way. I just added food coloring until I had a color that I liked. I also did want the colors to bleed into each other just a little bit at the edges, and you can see that they are just naturally wicking the color from the rope that's adjacent. So I just went all the way around and just painted that, and I tried to make sure that I got the inside and the top painted as well. All right, so here's my current pride wreath, which is a rainbow lei from the Dollar Tree, which I've just attached to a wreath form with some florist wire, and I love it. So I'm just going to hang this little wreath inside the rainbow lei wreath with a little bit of florist wire. So I've got that little hanger that I made. So I'm just going to cut a piece of florist wire and then just loop it around the hanger and around the back of this other wreath. So those are my pride crafts for this year, and I'll show you how they look. I have the usual questions. Did you have a favorite? What would you do differently? What do you think? Please tell me in the comments. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy this sort of content, please subscribe to Crafts the Charm. Thank you for spending time with me today. Take care.